Boxing Rundown for the second time. This time, David, I don't have you at the studio, man. I have you on Zoom. We're doing this on Zoom. So welcome to the Boxing Rundown, David El Bandera Roja Benavidez, man.
Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. What's up, David? What's up, man?
Just hanging out.
David, last week we had a little debate, and Baker jumped on because he heard me say, somebody said that you were the most avoided fighter in the 168s, to which I countered saying, no, you just were a fighter that never got the fights. But I want you to set the record straight from your end. You know what I mean? Are you the most avoided fighter at 168, or you never got the fights offered to you? 168 when you were the champ.
It really just depends on the person, whoever wants to say it. I mean, I feel like for me, I'm not going to go out there and say I'm the most avoided fighter. You know, I definitely would like to get the fights. It's just that it's a little need to get the fights, you know, because I feel like a lot of fighters think it's too much risk and very little reward because of me not being champion or anything. And a lot of people, they don't want to put their opportunity to fight Canelo up and, you know, to go through me. So, I mean, I just say, like, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, I feel like, I don't know. I'm just basically going to say my time's going to come soon. I feel like after I get this title, you know, this WBC interim title, I feel like the fights, I'm going to have more leverage to make these fights happen. So I feel like, man, after this year, the fights are going to, the good fights I've been looking for are going to come soon.
And you guys have a question?
No, I agree, man. I think what David is saying is right. Honestly, what I think is going to happen is I think that the WBC is going to end up elevating him to full champion, from interim to full champion, with Canelo sticking around. If he does get that victory over Bivol, sticking around at 75, trying to maybe, you know, become undisputed there at 75. I don't see Canelo coming back down to defend against you. I just don't, David. And that's the truth. That's my opinion. Whether it happens or not, I think that the WBC will eventually just, you know, bring you back to full champion again. And then you'll have your chance either against Charlo if he decides to move his ass up, or you know, somebody like Caleb Plant, you know, who knows, you know. But yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you that he will be bumped up to regular champion. You know what I'm saying? The real champion. But I think that Canelo does come down to fight him. You know what I mean? Because Canelo has mentioned that he does want to do fights at 168 still. So I think he will come back down. Is that a fight that you're looking forward to, David?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a fight. That's basically the fight that everybody's looking for. But for me, you know, what I really want to do is just go in there. I want to win all the titles. That's my main objective. If either Canelo has them or anybody else has them, my main objective is going and winning all the titles. I feel like that's been one of the that's not the biggest goal, to be unified world champion at 168. And he has all the belts. So, I mean, just like me, I paid my dues. You know, I've won the title eliminators back to back. Now I'm gonna fight for the WBC interim title. And once I get that victory, you know, I feel like me fighting Canelo, that's definitely the fight that has to happen.
With Canelo's year pretty much booked for the remainder of the year, I know you ain't trying to look past Lemieux and everything like that, but do you sense that before this year is out, you're either going to get Andrade, Charlo, or Caleb Plant before this year is out? One of those three.
I think the biggest possibility of any of those fights to happen is probably Caleb Plant, because, you know, it just makes sense. It makes sense on both parts. I feel like Caleb Plant, he's saying that he wants to get a rematch with Canelo. So for him to have that happen, he has to go through me. And for me, you know, it's a fight that we've both been calling for a long, long time. It makes sense for a promotion company, since we're both on PBC. It could possibly be a pay-per-view fight, and it's a big fight for both of us. And, you know, so I think that's probably the fight that's going to get made happen. But first, I got to go in there and take care of my business May 21st against David Lemieux.
David Lemieux.
Now, I've spoken to you plenty of times, David, and you don't hold back. You actually let your feelings know and everything known. But on camera, even off camera, you keep it strictly business and everything like that. We've seen it at times where other fighters want to test you. And I know we all saw that at the Spence versus Ugas fight, right, where Charlo came up to you and started talking smack to you and everything, trying to start something. Why is it that you feel fighters do that and not try to do that when a contract or negotiations are actually being held?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of fighters, that they think that there's something they're not. A lot of fighters outside the ring, they try to portray that they're gangster, or they're really about that life, or they're this and that. But when it comes to making these fights happen. I mean, it's easy for me to talk shit to you through the camera. It's easy for me to say that I'm gonna knock you out. It's easy for me to pull up on you at some fights, but a fight is not easy, especially when it's a top level guy. And I feel like a lot of these fighters, they don't really have the confidence in themselves like how they say they do. For me, I call these guys out because I'm 100% ready to fight them whenever the fight happens. If it's today, tomorrow, you know, the next 2 months, next year, I'm ready to fight them now. And with those guys, you just know that they don't have the same type of confidence in them. The only reason that these fights aren't getting made with Charlo, with Caleb Plant, with all these guys is because they're not ready to sign the contract. I have been told Luis Takuba, so I've been told Samson Lukowicz to make these fights happen. And they would definitely make the fights happen if the other guy was in agreement, because at the end of the day, it makes sense for the promotion company.
Right.
Yeah, that would be a big money fight. Whoever I fight, me and Charlo, me and Caleb Plant, me and Canelo, I'll be ready for I mean, it'd be a big money fight. You know, financially, it'd be a great fight for anybody. So for me, I mean, I know Canelo, he's doing other stuff. He's getting belts for like Caleb Plant, Charlo, all those other guys, they're not really doing nothing. They're just really running their mouth for no reason. They want to act like, they're not scared of nobody. But at the end of the day, they're really scared. I really do put fear in their hearts.
Now, David, did he come up to you? Did he pull up on you at the fights? Or was it something that both of you guys ended up like crossing in the same road? I didn't know that he had pulled up.
It was, so when they had called me before, the promotion company had called me, they said, you know what, David, this is a big event, and it doesn't look good if people from the promotion company get in a fight at the Cowboy Stadium. So they told me, here, look, this is what we're going to do. You're going to sit on this section over here, and Charlo is going to sit on the other side across. You guys aren't even going to be in the same section. They told me, please, we don't want none of that stuff happening. I said, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I got to do. I'm not going to go look for problems, but I'm not going to run away from any problems either. And I feel like just as you as a man, you got to be ready to protect yourself and defend yourself whenever it may be. It doesn't matter when it is. I mean, I love being a professional, and I love, just being out there and having a good time. But if somebody comes and messes with me, then I'm gonna do what I feel is necessary to protect myself. And I was just sitting there. I was sitting next to Luis Espinosa, and I could see Charlo coming over here saying what's up to somebody. He comes here, then he goes over there. So he's getting closer and closer, and I'm like, oh shit, something's probably about to happen right now. And then he comes. So Luis Espinosa was like two rows down next to me, and he comes and says hi to him. So like I kind of like immediately lock eyes with him, but he doesn't really acknowledge me. He acts like he doesn't see me. So I thought that was kind of funny too. I was right next to him at the beginning. We're right here, like it's between me and you, and he doesn't do nothing. He acts like he don't see me, which is kind of dumb, because if you have problems with somebody, when you see that
square
person.
up.
Yeah. So I'm sitting down, and then I'm just like looking at him, and he goes over there on the other side, and then I see him stop in front of my dad, and he starts like talking shit, and like he starts yelling at him. I'm like, all right. So I get up, and he's like basically right here, like he's on the other aisle. So I go next to him, and I push him from the shoulder. It wasn't too hard, but I pushed him. I let him know I was there, and we're right here close, face to face. Right. And then he starts taking step back, and then he gets behind his bodyguards, and then he starts getting hard. Then he starts talking shit, saying he's gonna fuck me up, this and that. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking clown. Like honestly, if he really wanted to do something, I was right. I was on the first. I pushed him back, and I told him, I'm like, what's up? What you trying to do? And then he gets behind his people, and he starts talking all types of shit. And then he was like one of his homies, and he said he's gonna fuck me up. I told him, you know what, you better shut the fuck up before I fuck you up too.
Oh damn! All right, so that's pretty much what we saw.
It wasn't even nothing, bro. It was just a lot of shit talking going back and forth, But it was just really disappointing, because I really thought that guy was. I thought he was. He acts like he's a gangster, so I really thought that when I see him, it's gonna be when they let the hands go, no matter what. So when I pushed him back, I kind of got my distance right there, because I thought he was going to like try to do something. Yeah. But he fucking jumped right behind the security guard and started talking shit. I'm like, man, this guy's a fucking pussy.
See, here's the thing about that whole situation in my eyes, as not just media, but as a boxing fan, right? What I see is that you got Jamal fighting Saluki, bro. Saluki. These guys
Sulecki, yeah.
Sulecki, whatever his damn name is, right? I mean, these guys can't sell anything out, man. I had posted pictures one time of their workout in Houston, in their own hometown, and like nobody was at that workout. So to me, it's like, who's the biggest name in the division behind Canelo right now? And that's David Benavidez.
David Benavidez.
You know, so he's got to use your name to try to get some type of clout, or throw your name to get some type of clout out there. And it's funny because the last time he threw your name out there to try to get some clout, Mike Tyson, you know, made a clown out of his ass.
Yeah, but and I just think it's funny too, because I had seen a lot of videos, a lot of fans were sending me videos that when he was on the podium, he was doing the interview, some guys were talking shit to him like, oh, David Benavidez is gonna beat your ass, this and that. And then when they passed him on the screen, you know, when the fight's going on, they pass you on the screen, everybody booed them, bro, both of them. So like, man, like I feel like I have more fans in Texas than Charlo. Like, how do I go to your city and I get embraced more by your own people? Like, it doesn't make sense. I feel like everybody's just tired of their bullshit, and everybody's tired of them saying this and that. You know, I feel like they treat people bad. They treat their own people bad. They don't even sit there and you know, take pictures of everybody. Me, I made it my job. I went over there. I stayed there for like 40 minutes just taking pictures with people, bro. And I feel like because they showed me so much support that I got to show that support back. So, I mean, I feel like I thought, you know, well, I know that a fight versus me and Charlo would make a lot of money. And that's all he fucking talks about. Money this, money that. So at the end of the day, he's just a fucking pussy and he don't want to fight, because what's the reason of him holding this fight back up?
Right.
He's like 32 years old. He's not fighting nobody at 160. He's talking all this shit. He's going to say he's going to come up to 168. That's how I know deep down inside them boys are scared, man. They don't want it.
You guys both kind of killed it for me. I was going to ask you a question. Would you fight him in his own state? But according to what Stack says and what you say, you have more fans than him there, so he might not want to do the fight in Texas. You know
I wouldn't. That's what I was talking. I was talking to the promoters. I'm like, man, we got to make this fight happen here at the Cowboy Stadium. I feel like a lot of people would definitely be a great fight, bro. And
you know,
I would definitely go to Texas. I would fight him in Texas. It's not his hometown. That's basically my people right there. There's a lot of raza right there, and there's a lot of people. Saying. So that's basically home turf for me.
That's right, man. Exactly. And you know, one thing about David, as far as the fans go, I think the first fight I actually caught you live in was it was on the Berto card, Berto Victor Ortiz card. I'd seen you fight on that card. But every time I've seen you at the StubHub, whether you're fighting or you're not fighting, you're always signing autographs with the fans, man. Yep. You will take an hour to 2 hours, and every single fan, he will never turn a fan away and take a picture or sign autographs with them. Every single time I've seen you. You were there for the Neri Figueroa fight. Raoul was fighting on that card. And same thing. You came down the aisle, took pictures with everybody down one aisle, went to the floor, took pictures, came up another aisle, and shot up. And it must have took 2.5 hours taking pictures with fans, man. And that's why the fans love this guy, bro. That's why. Yes, he boxes. Yes, he kicks ass in the ring. He's entertaining, but the fact that he interacts with the fans, man. I mean, that's.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what a lot of people love too. I feel like I don't want to be that guy that he tells somebody no. I mean, sometimes I'd like have to tell him no because I'm just there for so long. But I feel like if I see a little kid or if I see somebody, you know, I got to give them something I have, a shirt or somewhere. I got to take a picture with them, because once you take a picture with the fan or you do something, that's an experience that's going to stay with them for their whole life.
Right.
You know, when it might be the next time I run into it again. But since when I do that, that's something that they remember forever. Because when I met a lot of people I looked up to, even to this day, I still think of that. You know, I still feel like a little kid thinking about when I took a picture with Mike Tyson for this first time. And it meant a lot to me. And, you know, just having them talk to you and me talk to the people, I just feel like they really appreciate that. And I'm definitely, if I want to be the people's champ, that's the type of stuff I got to do.
Exactly.
Well, somebody said it right now. A lot of people have been saying it on the comments, bro, that you're the people's champ. How does that make you feel that you currently are the people's champ? That's what they think of you.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel proud and just very motivated too. And then the thing about me too, I feel like I have a lot of fans. They're very diverse. You know, of course, some of my biggest supporters are Mexican, but you know, I have a lot of different type of fans, and that just makes me even more. I feel like once you could get into a group of people, into a race of people, no matter what race you are, and they follow you because they like exactly how you fight and nothing else. And that just makes me happy, and it makes me more motivated to keep fighting the way I'm fighting and give everybody the great fights that they want to see.
Hey, Outbreaker gives you a shout out, man. He says that he's always carrying that heavy camera, but you take forever on all the shots, bro. So big shout out to Outbreaker, man. He's still out there, man.
That's right.
But David, we have people that are saying Miami's with you. We have people that say Texas is with you. Some people are saying New York's with you. So you pretty much have fans everywhere, bro, in the U.S. But if it was up to you, right? And I heard a rumor that after Lemieux, you wanted Andrade. But let's say you get Andrade. Where would you want to fight Andrade?
I think, I think it would just be fair because I respect Andrade and, I respect him as a person and as a champion too. I think the fair thing to do if I would get that fight would be fighting him in Vegas. But either way, if we fight in Vegas, that's still like a sacred place for world boxing championship. And I still have a lot of fans there anyway. So, yeah. Like I said, I make so much, I interact so much with people that, and I have so much fans everywhere that honestly, I feel like everywhere I go, I'm home. I came here to San Diego, people show me love everywhere. Even when I went to the Pachanga arena, and I'm still kind of mad. I wish I would have stayed because that's where Canelo was, but I just went in there to support my friend, and then I ended up leaving. But even here in San Diego, I have so much love. Vegas, all that. So it really doesn't matter where I fight. I'm good wherever I fight.
Okay, I got two questions. Let me just get it. Okay, so the Andrade rumor is true then? And also, you and Canelo won't have that bad blood though, right? That's two questions, bro.
Okay, now with the Canelo, bro, I don't really have bad blood with anybody. I feel like this, a lot of people think it's deeper than what it is, but this is just boxing, bro. At the end of the day, some shit talking comes from boxing. It's not like if I see somebody in the street, I'm gonna go out my way and follow him and try to fight him. Like, man, that's some kid shit, man. I'm not gonna fight unless I get paid for it. Unless somebody comes and confronts me, I'm not gonna go and get out the car, follow somebody, pull out my phone, try to do a fucking a video on Instagram. You're like, I don't do that type of shit. But
Andrade is true though.
Yeah,
the rumors are true.
It's definitely a fight that we're trying to look for. There's a lot of things that go into it, but if we can if we get offered Caleb Plant, Andrade, or anybody, all those fights, I would definitely take those fights. And it makes sense for him because I feel like I think this was his last fight with Dazin or Eddie Hearn.
The zone, with Eddie.
Yeah, and he's fighting for the WBO interim title. So if we could both put those belts together, I know they're both interim titles, but those are still a step in closer to that door to the world titles.
Exactly, man. And, one more thing, like he was saying, like he has fans everywhere. Your last fight when we were in Phoenix, man, he was the main event of that fight. And his brother was already getting ready to walk out to the ring. And security was telling David, bro, you got to get back there and get your hands wrapped, man. And he was still out there taking pictures with the fans, like right before his very own fight, man. Like you never see fighters fight night in the crowd taking pictures with fans. And there he was in his white suit taking pictures with fans in Phoenix, man.
It was because I was just a little bit more hyped because before that I had to fight 2 fights in the bubble. Right. And that shit sucks, bro. Honestly, you go in the bubble, you go to Connecticut and no interaction with people, no interaction. There's nobody there. It's just you and the commentators. So I was just very happy to be back home. And not only that, but fighting in front of such a big crowd. And that's something that you really miss, because I'm a type of fighter that fights off the energy from the crowd. So I hear them go crazy and I go crazy. We just we just give each other's energy. But it was I just hadn't been to an event like that, and especially having the event being for you, it was just definitely something I wanted to go out there and I wanted to take it in and just live the moment.
Yeah, and that was David. That was classic David. He went out there and banged. Just he didn't give a shit about he didn't give a shit about defense that night. It was just straight. Come on, I got the harder punches. You hit me as hard as I can. I'm gonna hit you as hard as I can. I'm gonna knock your ass out, and that's it, bro. It was like, it was classic, man. You had that crowd on its feet, man.
Anybody else have a question? Because I have a question about the bubble.
No, go
Hey,
ahead.
David, you did say that you feed off the fans, right? So that was the hardest part for you, beating the bubble. The fans weren't there, or what was the hardest part of beating the bubble, fighting the bubble?
No, the hardest part about the bubble is when you go in there and you're so like if you have a couple pounds to lose, I mean the first time I didn't make the weight, but the second time I came in more prepared. But if you don't go into that bubble prepared, bro, then it's just crazy. You go in there, you have to quarantine for like 2 days, and then when you get out the quarantine, you're only able to go downstairs to the gym for an hour, and there's only a treadmill. And it's just shit like that, you know. When you're losing weight, at the end of the day, in fight week, you want to go to a boxing gym. You want to be able to train there for at least 2 hours, and then you want to go to like LA Fitness to be able to run for another hour, 40 minutes, something like that. And then at the end of the night, go to the sauna. It's just the when you're in the bubble, you really don't have access to a lot of things you usually have access to, and that's a lot of things. That's a lot of things that people overlooked. That shit is hard to make weight in there, and it's just, and then not only that there's no fucking people there. You know, that's the thing that, you know, both that put together, that shit just makes it horrible.
I have a question for you about the sauna and the fight week, going into fight week. And this is something I just learned this week because I didn't know about it. So Casimiro, the bantamweight, got his title stripped from him because there was video of him in a sauna losing weight fight week. And apparently in England, under the BBFC rules, the British Boxing Control, you cannot be in a sauna fight week. And they stripped him of his title. They didn't allow him to fight because of him being in a sauna. Are there rules like that in the United States?
In the U.S.?
No, that seems kind of stupid.
Right?
Honestly, I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so he didn't fight. Casimiro didn't fight. He got the title stripped from him, and they brought in another Filipino to fight, and I forgot who it was. But yeah, he got stripped because he was in a sauna fight week, and it was against the regulations.
I did not know that, but I mean, I guess the rules over there are a little bit more strict. But no, being here in the U.S., the thing that we've been doing with the WBC is that we have weigh-ins.
The month.
So I have a 30-day weigh-in. I just did the 30-day, and I have another 14-day weigh-in, and then 7-day weigh-in, and then the day of the weigh-in. But no, I don't think that they don't have any restrictions about you being in the sauna. I hope not.
Right now, David looks in fighting shape right now, man.
Yeah, he's ready.
Yeah, he does.
He looks ready already, right?
Yeah, I've been taking, you know, I've been here for a while. I've been in this training camp, and there's just something about this fight that it just seems like I had to work even harder and have to be more on point because it's still a title. I mean, a lot of people want to say WBC interim title is not a title. Fuck that. That's a title to me.
That's right.
Once you come from not winning from not having no titles to, you know, getting an opportunity like this, you know, I was really dedicated to this camp. I've been here for like almost 4 months. I've been away from my son. I've been away from my wife, and you know, I just been working hard because I do respect David Lemieux. You know, I don't know if he's too old, if he's not, but as a professional boxer, you can't go in and fight thinking, oh, this guy's too old or he's done with this and that. I feel like sometimes people think like that they get surprised because they didn't take the training camp serious. And with David Lemieux, he's fighting for the same belt I'm fighting.
Right.
Only thing you need to motivate yourself. So in my head, I had to think that this is the best David Lemieux that there's ever been. So I got to be ready for whatever comes.
And he's got a power. I mean, he's got power. That's the last thing that goes.
Exactly. That's what we talked about with the Triple G fight. You know, yes, you might be a step slower. Yes, you might be, you know, might not have the hand-eye coordination as you did when you were 27, 28, when you get a little older. But the last thing to go is that power, man. That power, you can still get caught and you can still get knocked out. It doesn't take much to get knocked out by somebody as strong as a David Lemieux, by somebody as strong as a David Benavidez. In fact, any professional boxer that knows how to throw a correct punch can knock anybody out at any time, man. So just, it's always dangerous, you know, like he says, his life's on the line. He's away from his family. He's training, you know, and he's gonna try to be a 3-time world champion in the same division, undefeated, but a 3-time world champion in the same division. You know, COVID, like he said, in that bubble, not having the proper training, not having, you know, all the equipment that he needed to actually get ready for fight week. You know, every bubble was different, you know, so people can say all they want, but unless you know the way fighters really work, you know that fight week is when you lose the majority of that water weight. That's it. And if you can't train, it happens.
And then for me too, that's why like a lot of people they say, do you get bothered of like what people say? But I mean, I really don't. I mean, I'm the one who did it myself. I don't really care if anybody has anything bad to say about me. I mean, everybody has their own right. They can say whatever they want to say. But the thing about me is that I've always had tremendous respect to boxing, and that's why I'm still undefeated. Because every time it's time to train or every time it's time to go in that ring, I'm 100% focused. I'm gonna give it my 100% of my all. So, I mean, I feel like when you get, you do make mistakes when you're younger and this and that, but the best teacher in life is experience. You live and you learn, and it's all about how you get back up and how you keep going.
David, I have a question from the fans.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but for that bubble one, wasn't the flight delayed for like 5 hours or something like that? The one that you were going to fly into the state where you were going to fight at?
Could have been. I don't really remember. But maybe. That was like two years ago, something like that. But it could have been. I'm not too sure.
This is a question from the fans. He's been hitting it a lot. And he actually even said, come on, Ruckus, that's the question. So I want to ask it. They want to know if you're willing to go to 175 and fight Arthur Bettery.
Yeah, definitely. That would definitely be a good fight. If he's the top, he's the champion. So definitely that would be the goal, to going up there and fighting the champion at 175. But I feel like, I was going to say this too, I feel like for me, if I wouldn't be able to get any of those fights, when I do go up to 75, because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I kind of want to go up there and see how it is. To get a fight up there. But I feel like a great fight that could possibly be made would be against me and Zurdo Ramirez at 175. I mean, he's my friend, but that would definitely be a great fight. And I feel like it would just help both of us too. I mean, there's no bad blood between me and him. I mean, it would make both of us some good money. It would be a great fight for the fans. So at the end of the day, it makes sense.
We have
wait. I remember asking this question, David, when you first came to the show, man. You and Zurdo. So I'm glad you're saying it right now, man. Woo, I'm pumped now, dog. Go ahead.
All right. We have a comment from one of the fans, Richard Bautista. He says, it's a very good thing that David doesn't shy away from his mistakes and owns up to them. Much respect for that. And so he's basically giving you a shout out. And, for the fans tuning in, for everybody that wants to have their own opinion, they want to say whatever they want to say, man. We were all that age once as well, without the pressures of boxing, without the pressures of having to be mentally focused and prepared and training and being away from our family and not partying and not doing shit that regular 21-year-olds did, man. I can tell you personally, at 21 years old, I was a travieso running the damn streets, bro. And things happen. And like he says, man, we all learn. We grow up, we learn from our mistakes. And you know what? One bad choice doesn't make a person a bad person. And David is literally one of the most respectful, humble persons boxers, not just people, but boxers that I've met, man. And for the fans to give you that type of shout out, man, those are the type of fans that understand, man, because we've all been there.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
So I want another thing, David. David, where can people get that hat? Hey, what happened to David, man?
There you go.
Hey, where can people get that hat, man? That hat is fire, bro.
Yeah, these are on my website. It's like I got this one, and then I got a black one with the red logo. It's at www.davidbenavidez.shop. I got T-shirts. I got all types of stuff too. I recently got ski masks, so I got a lot of stuff coming up too, and yeah, I got like new varsity jackets and stuff coming, some more merch coming in the future too. So this is definitely my brand too. If you guys want to get something from there, definitely hop on there and then get yourself some merch.
And there you go, guys. Make sure you guys go on www.davidbenavidezshop.com, guys. Get the best gear.
DavidBenavidez.shop.
DavidBenavidez.shop.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget, guys. www.davidbenavidez.shop, guys. Make sure you guys go there, man. Get some gear, man, because I mean, I'm gonna go get that hat. I like that hat. It's a trucker hat, man.
Thanks,
I don't know if you know somebody named Maine Reeves, but he says he can't play pool though.
Oh, dude, what's up, bro? Come on, man.
So I don't know. That's got to be an insight. That's got to be an insight thing, man.
That's my stepdad.
Oh, okay. All right, man. That's cool. Okay, but David, going back to a little bit what Stack said, and Baker kind of hit on it last week too. David, tell the fans, you really didn't have a childhood. You guys were at the boxing gym every week, right? I mean, you really didn't have time to go play with kids or nothing like that. Am I wrong to believe that?
No, my dad had me training since I was 2 years old. That's basically been our whole life. That was our whole childhood, just training. Just running in the morning, then after school training. And honestly, that's really all I remember from being a little kid. Just training all day and night. But if you want to get to this level, I'm happy it happened that way, because when I was younger, you just have a little kid with a lot of energy. So when they put you into a boxing and you learn how to do a skill like boxing, and then you grow up with that skill, not only could you defend yourself, but with me, I feel like I've been fortunate enough to boxing. I've taken care of my family. I've taken care of my friends, everybody. It's made me, I bought my house and stuff like that. So just from going from a sport to, making money to change my life, it's really a blessing in disguise. And then the thing about me is I didn't know I was going to be a world champion. I didn't even know I was going to be a champion at all. But the thing I always told myself when I was younger too, I said, I would love to be a champion, but I don't think it's possible for me. But I told myself that as long as I give 100% of myself, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But as long as I know that I gave it my all, that's all that matters. And I feel like with some kids too, that's what you need to do sometimes. It's not only just in boxing either, it's in everything you do. As long as you give 100% of yourself to whatever it is you're doing, then that's all that should matter.
Is it true, man, when you were a kid and you started boxing, that you were well over 200 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, not when I started boxing, I wasn't 200 pounds, but when
you got bigger, right?
I'd been training my whole life, basically, and then for me, it was just a hobby to do, but I'd always been sparring and I'd always been training and stuff. My brother was the one that had a good amateur background. But me, I would just train in the gym. And when I was about 12 years old, my dad and my brother moved to Los Angeles, to Hollywood to train at the Wild Card. So imagine I had been training for almost 9 years, 10 years. And then my dad and my brother leaves and I don't have to train no more. I had a sweet tooth. I loved eating. And that's when I didn't box for a year, and I just ate everything. And I feel like in almost 7 months, I almost gained like 120 pounds or 130, something like that, because I was already 170. So I gained like 120, some crazy number, and I got up to 240. So, I mean, that's how I got up to that much weight. And I told myself too, I remember looking at myself like, man, I don't even recognize myself no more. I'm getting super big, and I told myself it could either go one of two ways. I turn my life around and I go back to my dad's house with my brother and I start training again and I start losing this weight, or else I'm just going to keep eating and I'm going to get to a point of no return where I'm going to get to a weight that I can't get back from. And I thought it was just the best option for myself is going with my dad and losing weight. And me, I'm not even thinking about boxing anymore. I'm not lose weight. I'll be world champion. I'm not thinking about none of that. So I go with my dad, and I think it takes us like 4 or 5 months to lose 20 pounds. And I'm down to like 210 pounds. And then I remember I was 14 years old. I was either 13 or 14 years old. And I was like, well, shit, we've been training my whole life. Might as well get some sparring, get some work in, shit, at least. And then I remember my dad puts me to spar with this big ass dude, this big buff black dude. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker looks like he hits hard. Like, I don't know if I want to spar this dude. But that was the thing about me too. Even since a young age, I had never backed down from nobody. My main thing was I don't want to let my dad down, and I don't want to let my brother down. And if they said that they think that I could do good with them, then fuck it. We're gonna go try it. Right. And that was always the thing that it was a little hard to push through the power of the people when I was a little bit younger because I was just sparring nothing but men. I was sparring like guys 25 and up. And it was hard, those first 2 rounds getting hit with those big shots. But then I think there's always been something in me that wants to get challenged and I like to get hit, bro. I'm the type of people I like to get hit. That's what wakes me up. And then that would happen, and then I'd end up beating these guys up. So I went from beating like, good gym warriors up to like the top amateurs at like cruiserweight. And then I ended up sparring Latif Coyote, and I was 14 years old, and he was a cruiserweight champion. And I was super scared though. I'm being honest with you. I was super scared. This dude, Latif Coyote, is like 6'2", fucking scars in his face, big African guy. So I'm like, damn, this is another scary one, But I just went in there and I put it all on the line and had a great sparring session. And then I kept losing weight. And then I started sparring Peter Quillen. Who else did I spar? I think I sparred Chavez back then. And then I went to Big Bear, and that's when I ended up sparring Golovkin for the first time. This was before he made his U.S. debut, because my brother had a training camp over there, and I went and I sparred him, and the rest is history from there, man. We had some great sparring sessions. At that time too, I hurt him at that time when I was 15. He hurt me and I hurt him. We both caught each other with some good body shots. So imagine if I was able to do that to Golovkin at 15 years old. My confidence from there just skyrocketed. Because I kept going back and working with Golovkin and having these great sparring sessions with him.
One of the fans, man, one of your big fans is asking, what do you remember about your sparring session with Cali Pavlik?
Oh, that was probably the biggest one for me at the time. I had just turned 15. That was right. I think that was like 6 months before Golovkin. So that was a really good one. I went in there, I was nervous. At the time, I'd always get really nervous going in there sparring those guys, because for me, those sparring sessions, they weren't really sparring sessions. They were real fights. Because, it's cool, you want to spar with the kid and this and that until the little kid catches you. And then they would try to knock me out. But by that time, my confidence and everything I was doing. So I was already catching with so much shit that I wasn't really scared of their power anymore. So that's what I'm saying. Like all those guys, just getting all this experience from all those guys and knowing that they were trying to kill me every sparring session and they couldn't. And I was hurting them while they were trying to kill me. It was just it made my confidence grow to a whole nother level.
All right. Big shout out to Ernesto Mercado. That's Tito's dad. He's in here. He said, what up to all of us? But I have a question from Jaime Garza, All Elite Boxing from Texas. They're saying, David, outside of boxing, what are your hobbies? And what do you like to do when you don't have any fights lined up? What is like something that you'd like to do in life? Not outside the ring, bro.
Fuck, probably eat and watch TV.
Got him. Nah, but you don't have any hobbies?
Nah, bro. I mean, right now my hobby is being a dad. That's now my son takes a lot of time for me, and I gotta be. And it's just seeing him grow up and just doing a whole bunch of different stuff. It just brings a smile to my face. And I'll just be there hanging out with him. We'll watch movies, and then I'll take him around to like the park and stuff. And outside of boxing, I'm just really there as I'm a family man. So I just whatever they need from me, and then after that, I go to the gym.
So fatherhood has changed you, David?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's really changed me. I mean, I really kind of just stayed the same, but it's made me even more motivated. It's made me even happier. I feel like I have a bigger purpose now. I mean, the way I am didn't change, but I just feel like the motivation changed a little bit. And yeah, I'm just enjoying being a dad, man. It's probably one of the best things ever.
Hey, congrats, brother.
Congrats. With both Bivol and Canelo, David?
Yeah, I sparred. No, I only sparred Bivol. I didn't spar Canelo.
I haven't sparred Canelo yet. How do you? Because one of the fans is asking, how do you see this this upcoming fight playing out between Bivol and Canelo?
Well, I mean, the thing about Bivol is that he has really a lot of the things that people have been overlooking is that he has a lot of experience in there. He fought Joe Smith. He fought John Pascal. He fought Sullivan Barrera. Who else he fought? I mean, he has a lot of good names that he's fought. You know, he's champion for a reason, and he had a really big amateur career too. I don't know how much amateur fights he had. But I think it's closer to like 300. But yeah, he has a lot of experience, and he is a heavy hitter. I sparred him. He has good power. He has a good right hand. But the thing about him is that his movement is not really all that. And when you're on the inside of him, he's very susceptible to the body shots and the uppercuts.
That's
and then
Canelo,
that's his bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
That's an uppercut. So I feel like if he could stay away from Canelo, but still make him respect his power and make him respect that 1-2, he'll have a good chance in the fight. I don't know. I think he has very slim chances of him winning, but I feel like he does have a chance to win if he sticks to the game plan. But I think Canelo's gonna have no problem with him. I think he's gonna win. I think he might knock him out, but I think Canelo's definitely gonna win.
I have José Moya says, saludos desde Ecuador para ese gran campeón. Bendiciones, mijo. So even you're not only the US, bro, Ecuador is in here, bro. Repping you up.
Sí, pues nomás saludos también y muchas gracias por todo el apoyo. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm Mexican and Ecuadorian too. I'm Ecuadorian from outside, and yeah, like I said, man, I'm just grateful for everything, all the support and love that people show me. I mean, there's a lot of people from a lot of different countries that support me too, so I'm just grateful for that.
Have you been to Ecuador, David?
I have an aunt lives out there. She was inviting me, but I haven't gone. I do want to go though. I heard it's a beautiful place.
Questions, Fern?
Hold on.
Okay, you're sneezing, player. All right. David, let me ask you this, bro. If I had the magic wand, right, and I could give you for this year all the fights you want, name, like starting with Lemieux, name the fights you would like and the way you want them, the order you want them for the rest of the year.
It would be Caleb Plant, because I feel like that's a fight that's long overdue. Maybe Boo Boo Andrade, Charlo, and then Canelo. That's the exact answer I would do that in.
Ooh, I like him.
Now, how much animosity is really there between you and Caleb? You know, I know me and you have talked, but like for fans that don't know, and then Caleb also came out on a podcast recently saying that you had talked about his dead daughter or whatnot. Let's clear the air with that, man. What's the animosity? What's the beef between you and Caleb, man?
I mean, Caleb is just a person that, you know, he just talks a lot of shit. But to be honest, do I look like the type of person that would talk about somebody's dead daughter?
No.
And if he's, you know, if he said that, I don't understand why he would say that. What is the proof of him saying that? I mean, if he would have had a video of me saying something or doing anything, he would have posted that shit. But honestly, if he said that I said that, that's really going really low for him. But I mean, it's just that the dude, he just talks a lot of shit, bro. And then he thinks the thing I don't really like about him, that I hate about him most, is that he talks like he's a fucking killer in the ring, bro. And he has 10 knockouts. That's the thing I hate. I don't hate anything else besides that. I mean, I don't hate anything else more than motherfucker like that talking that he's a killer, he's this and that. And then you go watch him fight and he's running the whole fucking fight. You know, that's really the thing that bugs the shit out of me. And it's just him talking shit, you know, him, you know, just saying a whole bunch of shit. But I said, it really don't get to me, bro. I definitely, when I get in the ring, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. But other than that, I mean, and it's just boxing at the end of the day. I mean, I really don't care for him. I have nothing good to say about him. I have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, he is what he is.
Can you give me a Clover Lane quote? What do you predict for that fight, David?
I think I don't know.
To be honest, it would be in that fight. I would just definitely have to follow the game plan, but inflicting as much punishment as possible. You know, I think there would be an opportunity in me breaking his ribs too, because he's not really I feel like his body's really soft, and I feel like I would definitely want to drop him with the body shot to make him suffer even more.
Wow.
Talk to us about the people you got surrounding yourself. Talk to us about, you know, you got Raoul there, you got Diego Pacheco as a new addition to the team and everything like that. You said you're a family man, your brother's always there, your father's there, training and everything. Just talk to us about that dynamic.
So, I mean, when we're in training camp, it's basically just us, the guys, you know, Raoul, Diego, he barely started training with us at the beginning of this year. Yeah. And I had been training, you know, my brother comes. And I have been training with Raoul for like 4 years already. We seen him. We seen that he had a lot of potential. He had a lot of talent. So, you know, we basically took him under our wing. And I knew that there would be an opportunity to put him on my cards and get him in with PBC. And we basically did all the legwork, all the groundwork. And now he got a big opportunity when he fought 2 weekends ago, and he looked amazing. So I feel like as a big brother and as a leader of the team, I'm definitely doing everything that's right, and giving these guys another opportunity and giving these guys opening the doors for them, just like how my brother opened the doors for me. You know, my brother was the first one to start. You know, he got signed to Top Rank, and he put the game on notice with our last name, and he opened the doors, and that's how I was able to come in and get signed by PBC and Samson Lukowicz. So I feel like as me just being the oldest one here, besides my brother, it's my job to make sure they get the best opportunities possible. And then
how do you go from Phoenix to LA to Long Beach to Washington State, now San Diego? Tell us a little bit about.
He's only training camp in San Diego.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was living in Phoenix. I'm originally from Phoenix, but then I moved to Long Beach, North Hollywood, and then we moved to Long Beach, and then we moved to Oregon. And then we went to Las Vegas, and then now we're in Seattle. So, I mean, we've just been moving around everywhere along. But right now, we're just in training camp. We're just in training camp in San Diego. But I feel like I don't want to be that person to just stay in the same place all the time. And I like definitely traveling. I like going out and seeing new places. So I feel like now we're a little bit more fortunate that we could get a little bit nicer houses and bigger houses and training camps wherever we go. So, you know, San Diego was talked about to us from some guy we know, and the guy from Fight Stars, their house, let us borrow the house, and you know, it's a beautiful house, and we're just staying there. And there's a lot of boxing here going on here too. So and we're just moving around a lot, you know, and yeah.
Did you ever run into Canelo or Canelo's camp?
Nah, I seen Reynoso like 2 weeks ago at the mall, but just from afar away. I mean, every time I go around here, they say that Canelo goes to the same stores and this and that, and I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? They're like, you know, Canelo comes here, right? He's like, what the fuck you want me to do? Run out the store or what?
You can't shop there, David. You can't shop there. That's Canelo's store. That's what they're telling you.
with you being in San Diego, with you being in San Diego, I know last time I believe Zurdo was training for the Sullivan Barrera fight, and you were actually sparring with him. You were getting started on your training camp as well. Have you guys been able to link up with this training camp, or are you just separate from Zurdo on this one?
No, we're training there, and the guys, shout out to the guys from Brickhouse Boxing Gym and Zurdo Ramirez too. They're all nice guys, but they're out there, and I think it's Burbank and San Diego. I mean, the only reason I went out there was to help because he asked me to spar him. But I mean, he's fighting. He's a lefty, and there's basically no need for me to spar him right now. And especially if I'm saying that I want to fight him maybe in the future, you know, he's a cool guy. I have nothing against him. Zurdo Ramirez, he's a really good friend of mine. But you know, they're doing their thing out here, and now we're out here in San Diego.
With you just saying what you just said right now, you're gonna keep that friendly relationship, but is that sparring relationship done with what you just said right now?
I think so.
Yeah, I ain't no friends in sparring. I mean, everybody, this is a fight game, bro. I mean, you could be my friend outside the ring, but I'm trying to knock you the fuck out in the ring. I mean, it's just the thing. It's either sometimes you got to look at it like it's either you or me. You know, and I'm always gonna try to be the one to win, and I'm gonna protect myself always. But I mean, outside the ring, you know, I'm a friendly guy and all that. But there's just something in the ring that you just gotta know when to have that switch.
I have a good question from Eloy, but I also have a comment from Albert Baker. He said, "Hey, stay there, David, at the store so Canelo could pay for your coffee." That's what David Albert Baker said. But Eloy Gonzalez says, David, how is it that Charlo was able to get an offer before you to fight Canelo? But I think it was a package deal, right? It was you and Charlo together on that offer, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know. I feel like the company knows that I'm the bigger fight. Definitely him and Charlo would be a big fight, but I feel like they know, since we both got Mexican blood, that would be a fight that would sell way more than him and Charlo. The one with Charlo, they had offered Canelo 45 million plus pay-per-view. And when they offered the fight with me to him, it was 55 million plus pay-per-view.
Ooh, there you go, guys. He's giving you guys the facts.
Yeah, those are facts.
Would you ever fight Canelo in Azteca Stadium, man, and try to break that Chavez record out there, Mexico City?
I would. I mean, if that's what they want to do it, then I'd definitely be down to fight him wherever. And I mean, for a legendary stadium like that would definitely be a dream.
Because that was the question I was going to ask him next. Would you? That's hostile territory, but you think you would have fans over there too? Because there's a lot of Mexican fans that don't like Canelo, bro. So I think those fans would actually be with David. You know what I mean? So it would be actually a good atmosphere for the fight if you guys were fight out there in Azteca.
Yeah, definitely. Wherever it is, I mean, I feel like you got to drown whatever it is, even if it's not your town or you're the favorite there. You have to know how to control the crowd. Even if you got the people going for you, sometimes having too much, having too much for your people, there's a little bit distraction. So it's just, you just got to drown all that out.
Somebody said that's where my favorite team plays. No, my favorite team don't play there in Azteca, bro. Cut it out. Horrible people. People are horrible, bro. David, talk to me about Rayo, because you said, you guys pretty much kind of like, take them under your wings and everything, right? Is Rayo ready for the big champs at 135?
I feel like he is. It's just honestly, the more experience he could get, the better it would be. I feel like he's ready for it now, but if you could get experience with, like, he barely has 11 fights. So if you get like 4 fights with good, tough guys, and I feel like that's the best route to do. You don't want to just, you don't want to hurry into something. Because because they give you other opportunity, especially him, he's kind of young, but I feel like he would definitely give great fights. I feel like he'd beat those guys now, but you could beat them. You would be able to beat them with more experience, and you'll look even better when you get that experience under your belt.
Shit, I like David as a matchmaker, man, and as you can tell his boxing knowledge is there. David, all right, I'm gonna throw you as a matchmaker. If you had the magic wand on your side, who would you feed to Rayo next in the division?
What a fight, Raul would. Man, to be honest, I think a great fight for Raul right now, especially because how he looked on his last fight and the other guy's fight. I think a fight with him in primetime would be good. What's his name? The guy just lost his belt. 130 is he 135 or 130? What the fuck is his name? His name is Primetime.
That's what they call him?
Kevin Colbert.
Chris Colbert.
Chris Colbert.
Yeah, Chris Colbert.
Yeah, that would be a great fight. But he's 130, huh?
130.
I don't really, off the top of my head, I don't know the guys too much at 135.
And the reason why we're saying this is because we're thinking PBC, and this is us. We're fans. This is our opinion. We're thinking since they had Rayo and Pitbull in the same card, that maybe PBC is trying to line them up to fight each other.
No, yeah, that definitely is a plan. I don't know how soon they're gonna try to make it, but that's a tough fight for Rayo. But I feel like that's a fight he could win. But I don't know. It might happen soon. It might happen sooner than later, to be honest with you. Because I really don't. I think also a fight I would love to see is Raoul versus Rolly. That would be great. Guys, they really don't like each other too. So Raoul's been telling me that he's been wanting to knock Rolly out. So that would be a great fight too.
Didn't Rayo drop him? No. It was Lopez.
Teofimo.
Teofimo. Yeah.
We have a question from one of the viewers, man. Vita, the Credit Queen, says, how do you want to be remembered as a fighter and as a man?
Ooh.
As a fighter, I just want to be remembered as one of the best of my generation, and I want to be remembered as a people's champ. I want to be remembered as a fighter. that always went to my city and try to show love and talk to the kids and try to motivate them. And, that's definitely how I want to be remembered. But as a man, I just want to be a good man, and I want to be a good father, and I want to, motivate my people. I want to give them the best opportunities possible. Like I said, now that I'm here, I have a lot of leverage I could open the doors to a lot of my fighters or a lot of the dudes I work with. So, and then, just be a good role model. And then that's all I really want to be. Just a good role model and a good man.
And one thing to attest to what he's saying about it, as far as going back with the community, back with the kids, in his last fight in Texas, he actually went back to Central Boxing Gym, and there was a dedication to him there at Central Boxing Gym. He went and had his media workout at Central Boxing Gym, which is the first gym you started at, right?
Yeah, not the first, but that's where I spent the most of my my young age fighting or boxing at.
Well, I was going to ask you this, because a lot of people have brought this up about Samson Lukowicz, how he finds this hidden gems, bro, like you. Like right now, he's got the Towering Inferno. He finds these guys. What is it about Samson that he's able to find you guys, man? Or is it that he pays attention and he's at the gyms more than any other advisors or managers? Or what is it, man?
I think the thing about him is that he pays attention and he gets the fighters very young.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good thing about him, and he gives us opportunity. But he's been doing that for years and years
right.
and years. He fought Pacquiao, and then he fought Martinez.
Sergio Martinez, yep.
After that, he's had a couple other champions, and then he found me. And then I remember him signing Fundura when Fundura was barely starting off too, and now he's on his way to become a world champion. He's an interim champion, and I feel like Fundura could be one of the best 154 pounders.
What's the kid he walks in with? They do the twists. Let's do the twists. It's one of the boxers that Samson has. I forget his name, but they're always dancing that. He's a dark skinned Latino, man. Like he's got to be like
the twist,
Dominican or something. Yeah, man. You got to look it up, man. Samson's in the ring dancing the twist with this kid, man. I'll get it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I never known about that. Hey, David, don't do the twist, bro. If you ask you to do it, bro, that's the only thing you shouldn't do, bro. All right, David. What are the plans after boxing?
To be honest, bro, I'm not there yet. To think about what I want to do after boxing. What I want to do now is just to have like another source of income coming in. I want to start getting into real estate and, getting multi
income.
Yeah,
Sorts of income.
Those home like apartments and stuff. I want to start getting into that.
Oh, multi-units.
The thing about boxing is, when you make $1 million, if you get $1 million check, you do not make $1 million. Especially how high the taxes are now. You walk away with like say 600,000. Let's say you had to put 50,000 up for a training camp. Now you're walking away with 550,000. So that $1 million turns into 550,000, and whatever you want to buy after that, that goes into that. But imagine that's really not a lot of money, bro.
No.
Especially if you don't know what to do with your money, you can run through that shit in like 2-3 months. It's not money that is, if the thing about it that I've realized now is that if you don't have another source of income coming in every month, then it's hard to, stay up there and you're just keeping the money, because especially young kids, young people, you want to buy, everybody wants to fucking buy Gucci, everybody wants to buy a Rolex, everybody wants to buy a fucking car. But after you're down like 200,000, you want to go on trips and shit. So after that, now you went from that 550, now you only got like 200,000. And then you got nobody coming in and you're just wasting money. That's just like, that's the thing that people don't understand. A lot of boxers that they need to understand that you have to have another source of income so you don't have to worry about boxing.
All right, I have a quick
name, man. Luis Nunez.
Okay, I don't want to know about that guy, but I have a question from Jose Espinosa. Says, David, who is your favorite bachetero? Wow, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And
your favorite bachetero, and I know that main reason is like I hate you, bro. But so they're saying like I don't know if it's an inside joke, bro, but I know there's a lot of communication. But
I mean, probably Romero Santos.
There you go. See, he answered the question, guys. No, but David, you have the right game plan, man. And this is what I try telling a lot of like young boxers that we have here. Is like, man, stop thinking that you guys are gonna get the Lamborghinis. Stop thinking that you guys are gonna be throwing money all this place. Find somebody that's gonna work with you guys for your money and get you guys, other sources of income.
Yeah.
Because boxing is just.
But to be honest with you, I could tell you this, and people have told me that too. But until you live it and you experience it. Like, I've done all that shit. I know that from experience, so I'm just tired of wasting money, basically. So, I know from experience. So that's why I'm trying to do something, but I'm letting people know, too, that everybody goes through. I mean, who's not going to want to get the cars? I feel like you could tell somebody over and over again because people have told me about that, too. And, I even seen Andy Reese today, and he told me the exact same thing. So, I mean, there's just, for the people watching, something to think about, too. And, like I said, that real estate game, I feel like a lot of people are making a lot of money off the real estate game, because if you buy a duplex or something, you got 3 families living in there. You can make $2,000 a month, and that's $6,000, especially if you buy the duplex or whatever. That's $6,000 a month you got in your pocket times 12, So that's other money, other forms of revenue you could be making outside the ring. So you don't have to worry about thinking about, oh man, I need to fight again because I need this check, this and that. So that's just shit to think about.
Have you hit your prime yet?
Nah, bro. I mean, I'm barely 25.
There you go.
I feel old.
You feel old?
But I've been professional almost 9 years now, bro. I turned professional at 16, and I've been training. I've been in training camp. Like I said, I've given my all to boxing, and I still continue to do it because it's something I love. But it's not easy, bro. It's not easy by any means. It's super hard, and you have to be really dedicated. That's why I feel like I've lasted so long because every training camp I've had, I've been extremely. I worked my ass out basically, and but it's been a long road, bro. It's been a long road.
Don't forget, guys. Also, hit up that David Benavidez store online. It's www.davidbenavidez.shop, guys, for all the gear and all the merchandise for the Benavidez camp. David, any more questions from you guys?
No, I'm good right now.
Stacks?
Good right now.
David, you're gonna help us out a little bit with the predictions. You down to do that? You remember how we do it, right, for predictions?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, there we go, guys. All right, next week we have 2 fight cards on Saturday. One from New York, another one from London. Let's go with the one in New York. On the zone, Jesse Vargas versus Leon Smith. Who wins that one, and by what?
I feel like Jesse Vargas is the one who's gonna win. He's a little bit more. I wouldn't say fresh, but I feel like he's been more active these past couple years. And what they're fighting at 154.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the only thing that Liam Smith could have over Jesse Vargas is the weight advantage because he's really a more natural 154 pounder. But I give it to Jesse Vargas.
That's a hard one. It's a hard one, and the reason why is because Jesse's been out of the ring for a while, and I know he's motivated for this fight, but yet I've seen him collapse at the end of fights, aka the Delorme fight. All he had to do was stay up, and he would have never gotten that draw. He'd have gotten that victory. So I'm a bust a ruckus special on this one, and I'm gonna say this fight is a draw.
Ooh, damn. All right.
I'm gonna say this fight is a draw.
All right. Go ahead, Stacks.
I think Jesse wins, man. He's had trouble making 47 his last few fights. His fight against Mikey, he really had trouble cutting weight. He said that was going to be his last fight at 47. The older you get, the harder it is to keep off that weight. I think at 54, he's going to be, a little bit more natural going in. I think his power is going to carry better, and I think he outboxes, man. I think he beats him. He beats him up pretty good, but gets a unanimous decision.
So David and Stacks have Jesse winning. You have a draw, Fern, and I'm going to be the lone wolf of this one. Ow! I say Liam Smith gets it. He's going to get it because of that. He's a natural 154. So I have my money on Liam Smith. So, guys, if you guys want to go with David and Stacks, they got Jesse winning that. If you guys want to go with Fern, he's going for a draw. I'm the only one that gets usually draws, so I don't know when he picked this one. And I'm the lone wolf on this one with Liam Smith. All right, let's go to the main event. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano for all the straps in the division. WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF. Who wins that one?
Go ahead, David.
I feel like I'm going for Amanda Serrano. I feel like she's very technical, and she's the only women's boxing, that's won seven world titles in 7 different weight divisions. So that's right. The only other guy that's done that, or the only person that's done that besides her is Manny Pacquiao. So that definitely needs a lot of recognition. But I'm going with Amanda Serrano.
Serrano.
Yeah, I got Serrano as well. I think when Katie Taylor went up against Delfina Persoon, I actually think she got beat that fight. Persoon applied a lot of pressure, and I just think that Serrano's going to use that film, go into it. We know that she knows how to box, she can punch, and she's going to apply a lot of pressure to Katie Taylor. And I think that's going to make Taylor change her game plan. Once she gets hit and she sees how much pressure that Serrano's going to put on her, her whole game plan is going to be out the window because she's going to be fighting from a defensive posture the whole fight. And I just think Serrano beats her, may actually stop her in the late rounds. But with 2-minute rounds, it's a lot tougher to stop somebody. So I'll say unanimous decision, Serrano.
Okay. Fern.
I'm actually going with the stoppage for Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano actually has a real good technical knockout record compared to how many fights she has. It's actually really high up there, especially for the women fighting only 2-minute rounds. I think Amanda Serrano just has too much game for Katie Taylor. I know Katie Taylor has game herself, but I think just Amanda could switch up styles, and I think she's going to give her multiple looks throughout the fight that it's just basically going to confuse Taylor and not have her there at her game. So I'm going to go with Amanda Serrano via stoppage in the late rounds.
I don't know if we lost David, but if he jumps back on, I'll ask him to do some shout outs to his people. All right. Well, David has it Serrano, Amanda Serrano. You have it Amanda Serrano. Fern has it Amanda Serrano. And here we go. Another lone wolf on this one, guys. I'm going with Katie Taylor. And I'm going Katie Taylor by majority decision. Oh, Katie Taylor for me. All right.
Wow.
2 lone wolves back to back, player. All right.
No wonder your beard grew a little more. It's all that wolf hair.
That's right, bro. So let me go to the next one. Saturday, London, ESP. No, not London, bro.
Las Vegas.
Saturday, Las Vegas. ESPN. I'm gonna give out some shout outs first. Shout out to Raymond Murutaya, Nico Ali Walsh. I'm not gonna do any predictions on those because those are just upcoming fighters, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do a prediction on the main event, and I'm gonna tell you guys why we're gonna do with those predictions. So let's go. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. WBC, WBO belts on the line. Go ahead.
Well, if you're going to start with me, I'm going to start it off really not on the side you guys think I'm going to go with.
Just go whatever side you're going to go with, bro. I respect you
again, all right. So this is one of those times I'm going to say this, and this is actually, I think, the first time I say this. I'm going to pick who I'm going to pick, but I hope I'm wrong. I'm actually going to go with Shakur Stevenson winning this fight. I feel he has the defense that's going to stifle Oscar Valdez's style. I know Oscar Valdez as well as an Olympian and has that style, but has not fought that style in a long time. So it's going to be kind of difficult for him to bring that somewhat back. I know Eddie Reynoso is an amazing trainer that is a student of the game, understands how it works, but there's no real blueprint onto how to really hurt Shakur yet. So it's very difficult. I honestly think Shakur is just going to have everything he needs to, and he's going to win this. And sadly, I think he's actually going to win this rather decisively. I don't think it's going to be a close fight. I don't think Valdez wins more than 3 or 4 rounds at most. And I think Shakur actually pretty much dominates this fight. And again, I'm a big Valdez fight. I said it. I was the dude that picked him to beat Perchelt and everything like that. But I just see Shakur having too much on the table and too much on his plate to basically just wreck Valdez in this fight.
Yeah, I agree 100% with Fern on this, man. I just think, when Valdez fought Robinson Canciel, he didn't look too good out there in Arizona, and I think Shakur's on a different level than Robinson. I mean, Shakur, I think, can go up to 135 right now and beat the best at 135. He's got Valdez in front of him though this weekend, and I think his boxing skills are just going to be too much. I'm gonna go with Stevenson by TKO. I think he stops Valdez in the late rounds.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Damn. So I got Shakur, right? Man, this has been the one. Guys. All right. With this said, I'm going with just because of what you guys said, Oscar Valdez. I'm going with Valdez because I think Valdez has Eddie Reynoso. I know that they've been working on stuff, you know what I'm saying? On stuff that they're trying to do. As long as Valdez is able to keep Shakur away from the middle of the ring, we should have an entertaining fight. And I'm going with Valdez. And I'm going with Valdez by either TKO or stoppage late in the game, okay? I'm not saying that's the only way I see Valdez winning, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll get a decision, to be honest with you guys. So my prediction is for Oscar Valdez as a late TKO or a KO. All right, and that's me being the lone wolf for all the fights, man. Ow! With that, I mean, let me just do one more time. I'm gonna
Sean Fitzgerald, keep track, Sean Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he can tell you what the record is right now, bro. I
would love to know what the record is right now.
Yeah, please know. Somebody share the record right now. But let's do this. Hey guys, make sure you guys go shop at the www.davidbenavidez.shop for all his merch. You know what I'm saying? I love that the red hat that he had on, man. That is fire. But I know he's talking about a black one with a red logo. So I mean, let's just do that, man. Fighters, not only they get paid from the fights, but they also get paid by having their own merchandise. So make sure you guys go and hit it up. Right now, Ruckus is leading. See, I told you guys.
Yeah,
so right
but now, okay. I don't care who's leading. I need the score. Right. I don't care who's winning. I need the score. That's what I'm asking for. Like, I could tell you right now, Dodgers are winning, and you tell me I don't care. I want to know what the score is. I want to know what the score is.
Oh, you think you can catch up? All right. Well, let me just. Do you guys want to do one real quick one on what's hot in boxing?
Well, let's do the things we normally do that we didn't get through because Benavidez showed up.
All right. So my what's hot in boxing is: did Fury really retire?
The who?
Fury.
No, not at all. Come on, he even said he's going to have an exhibition with Francis. I honestly think he's going to do that before he steps into another ring because he wants to see who's going to emerge out of AJ and Deontay and Usyk again. He's just going to wait. And at the same time, he could go make money off the exhibitions because he's seeing how much Floyd is doing off of that. Yeah. So there's no way that he's retired.
I think Usyk beats Joshua again, man. And then him and Usyk go and they fight in Saudi Arabia for, $1 gazillion each.
Well, that's what I was thinking because what was it? It was $150 million, right?
Yeah,
to fight for that fight. So why would you leave that? Why would you leave that when you only got 30?
I ain't bothered that Ruckus is leading. I want the score. That's what I asked for.
All right. Let me ask you guys this one, and I think we talked about it real quick before David jumped on. Dylan Watt says it wasn't the punch; it was actually a push that knocked him down. But I mean, do we believe him? And is he worthy of getting a rematch?
It was a punch. He was out, dude. We talked about that.
Right, no, but I just want to make sure. But I didn't finish the question before. Is he right to get a rematch?
No. He finally did his mandatory. He finally got it done. He got knocked out. Dude, at the end of the day, to be honest with you, he shouldn't have even been the mandatory because Povetkin knocked him out.
There's no way he was going to win that fight. No way he was going to win that fight.
He was not going to win that fight at all.
At all. Ever.
All right.
He wasn't going to win against Wilder. He's not going to win against Joshua.
The way he was jumping at Fury's face with those punches. I mean, he was telegraphing those punches a mile away, bro. Like, no, he was never going to be Fury, ever.
All right. The last one I have is Jaime Munguia versus Daniel Jacobs at a catchweight. Is being rumored and being supposedly negotiated. I heard now from multiple people. Do you guys like that fight?
That fight's done. And what I mean by done is not even going to happen. It came out like probably later on in the week that money is stopping that fight from going on. It's not going to go down.
Like Munguia got beat his last fight against, I don't even know the guy's name he got beat against. Like, no, like Munguia, nah, that fight ain't going to happen. No.
All right. Last and not least, you guys have what grinds your gears or not?
Oh, I do. I got a fun one. For
ahead.
everybody. What grinds my gears in boxing this week? I don't know if maybe you guys have seen it, and I know I have, and Lord knows I wish I never saw it. But celebrities or wannabe celebrities or any of you idiots who have any fame on TikTok or YouTube or whatever the hell, stop hitting mitts. You look ridiculous. The island boy. Those guys, oh my God. Oh my God. I have seen fucking toddlers fight better than that. You know what I'm saying? They're throwing freaking punches. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, I get it. Mayweather made that thing look spectacular. He made it look fun. He made hitting the mitts look cool. He made jumping rope look cool. Brian Valoria did that as well with jumping rope and everything like that. So many people have done things in this sport, but guess what? They're marketing themselves because they actually have the tools and the gifts to back all that up. I saw both of you throwing punches. I guarantee you right now, I know a 14-year-old at Westside Boxing Gym that could throw better punches than you and can probably beat both of you at the same time in a fight. That's a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Celebrities need to stop. T.I., you need to stop. Snoop Dogg, you need to stop. Who else has been seen doing this dumb stuff? You know what? I get it.
69, right? 69.
Yeah, 619, whatever the hell his name is. I get it. Jake Paul and Logan Paul made it look cool too because they're YouTubers, but guess what? They're actually putting in the work before they actually show off what they got. You know what I'm saying? They don't do it right at the beginning. Like, you guys are, it looks like you're pawing. It looks like Keith Thurman when he was making fun of Pacquiao. I'm like, dude, chill. Stephen A. Smith as well. Dude, like, for real, though. Y'all need to stop. You guys are not cool. You guys think you can fight. I get it. I got you. You guys got to protect your bravado and everything like that. But for sake, stop.
Exactly, man. And I'm going to piggyback on what grinds my gears of what Fern was saying. I was going to talk about it last week, but like I said, I had to run. The same thing, man, the YouTubers, right? So in boxing, man, in Major League Baseball, in NBA, in the NFL, you have to be good enough to be a professional. You have to be an elite athlete in that sport to become a professional. In boxing, you don't. In boxing, you take a physical, you're good. You're a professional boxer.
Yeah.
That's it, man. These YouTubers are going to get hurt. And
they are.
Stop. And I'm telling you, you know, we seen it happen with Nate Robinson when he got in the ring. But a couple weekends ago, man, and I was going to talk about this last week. Like I said, there was a YouTuber from Italy that went in there against a professional fighter that was 0-13, right? 0-13 and never won a fight. And this professional boxer turned this YouTuber's lights completely out. And he was out for like 6 or 7 minutes where they were reviving him in the ring to bring him back. Took him out on a stretcher, and the kid almost died. Like, he almost died. Like, this is serious. Getting hit like that, it's life and death. Mm-hmm. You just don't know how, if I'm telling you, any professional fighter, I don't care who he is, just like Fern said, you got a 14-year-old at Westside Boxing. If you've been in there since you were 6 or 7 years old, right? And now you have 8 years and you know how to throw a correct punch, right? All it takes is 9 pounds of pressure to knock somebody out. 9 pounds. If you hit them in the right spot, you know, it's not the hard punch. It's the snap of that neck. It's the oxygen getting cut off to the brain and them going to sleep. You can hurt somebody, right? And these guys don't know how to take a punch. They don't know about tucking their chin and getting hit correctly.
No, they're throwing it like this. Yeah. He's throwing punches like this in the video.
Bro, somebody's going to get killed. And it's going to be on that commission, whether it's the Florida Commission, whether it's one of these states that really doesn't have commission over combat sports, a foreign country. And until somebody gets killed in there, that's going to be the day that it's going to bring it to light that these YouTubers shouldn't be on there. And then it's going to have a whole negative effect on boxing, as much as a positive effect as it is, you know, of, where they're bringing in fans and they're bringing money and we're introducing new people to the sport. okay, but do it the right way. Like he said, at least with Jake Paul, they're out there training. They're out there working, they're training, they're doing what they're supposed to, you know? These kids that are just going out there that can't throw it down punch or can't take a punch, one of them's going to end up dead.
Yeah, like T.I. when he was throwing those punches, he was probably a month into training. By that time, you still haven't really even learned how to twist how to do it correctly, you know? Right. And you got to snap the whole arm. He's like, he's keeping his elbow bent. You're supposed to snap it. Like your elbow's supposed to, you know, it's a full jab, No, they're just, Stephen A. Smith throwing uppercuts to a knee. Like, what the hell is that? You know? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Eloy Gonzalez. Yeah, perfect scenario. Let's not forget about the kid in Las Vegas that was killed during the fraternity boxing matches.
Right. Exactly.
We had the fraternity matches out there where that kid was killed. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke,
It's not a joke. No.
Yeah, I agree with Letty 100%. We have Letty Lopez. Hello, Letty. It's an insult to the sport and to the way that boxers who work their way up. It is. It's an insult to real fighters. It's an insult to boxers that have trained. It's that take the sport seriously and understand the dangers of it. It's not a joke. It's not for YouTube. It's not, you know, it's sad. It's a sad situation, and it's sad that the commissions allow them to do this. It's the state athletic commissions. They need to have better guidelines on who they let into these professional boxing ring, even these amateur fights, these street fights or whatever the hell's going on. Somebody needs to take accountability, because when somebody dies, it's gonna be all bad.
I know I keep going back to the Pauls and everything like that, because they're basically the main ones that actually inspired this. But again, they're putting in the work. You remember Stacks, even Ruckus, that KSI and Logan Paul had that fight here at the Staples Center. And on that undercard, it was Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney. Logan Paul, to his credit, actually said, I shouldn't be the main event. They should. I should be under them. But, you know, this is what the promoter said. And all three of us have had a conversation about it. I respect what they do. I'm here putting on my show on a boxing card that they belong at the head. That respect right there showed me where his mind was when it came to this entire situation. These YouTubers and all these other guys that are just getting in there to get in there, they don't have that respect. And it goes to show with how they throw punches, how their fights look, how sloppy they look it shows in every single aspect of what they do.
And to add on top of what Fern's saying, as far as the respect level goes with Jake Paul, H2O Promotions, which is Jake Paul's promotion company, only has 2 professional fighters signed. They have Amanda Serrano signed, and now they just signed this kid out of Long Beach. Out of Jackrabbit. Jackrabbit, who he'll be fighting May 21st, Aston Silver or Silvate or whatever his last name is.
I don't know how to say his last name, but Aston, yeah.
Yeah. So he's actually taking it serious and not just signing YouTubers to get out there and put on a show. He's paying Amanda Serrano the money that she deserves, and he's actually bringing up these kids that are professional fighters that deserve a chance, you know? And I think you probably heard a lot about it too, that, hey, there's these people that have grinded and worked all their lives that deserve that money, you know? And so he's doing the right thing in the sport.
Yeah. Piggybacking on what you guys did and a little bit of what I saw, I'm going to talk about trolls, and I'm going to talk about people that like to bother people, right? This week we got to see somebody bothering. No, I know. Somebody bothering Mike Tyson in an airline, you know what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson taking flight on them, you know what I'm saying? People, you got to, like, fighters will say hi to you guys. Fighters will do, you know, autographs, pictures, but stop being in their, like, personal space, man. If a fighter is doing something, man, don't be in there trying to be his buddy or bugging on me, you know what I mean? Because they're going to react, and that's how it reacted. Now, people are trying to say that, you know, it went too far, but no, man. I mean, you're bugging Mike Tyson going to get you know what I'm saying? For trying to make those views, you feel me?
Here's the thing, man. These fighters, bro, that's not the first time that it's happened with Tyson. It happened. I was sitting behind Mike Tyson at the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao weigh-ins, and somebody did the same thing, and he turned around and slapped the shit out of him. You know,
right?
The thing is for one, a lot of these fighters, bro, you have to have a certain type of mentality to want to get in that ring and get hit day in and day out, and not just during fights, but during training, during the sparring, being able to get your ass kicked, being able to get hit, knowing that somebody's always bigger and badder than you. you gotta have a certain type of mentality to want to get in there and do that. But then after getting hit, after having all these fights, after him going to prison, I really don't think Mike was right in the head ever to begin with. But then the PTSD of everything else, and you get somebody and he's cool and told you, yeah, I'll take a picture, I'll even sign an autograph. But you keep on and you keep on and you keep fucking with this man. The kid got what he react. He got what he deserved.
And mind you, this is the subdued version of Mike Tyson.
Right.
You're lucky you didn't get like late 90s, early 2000 Mike Tyson. You'd have gotten you would have never made it out of that airplane, and the only way you did would have been in a body bag. That's it.
Right, exactly. So what I'm trying to tell you guys,
look at what he did to Green, man, Mitch Green that night. He knocked the shit out of Mitch Green.
What I'm trying to tell you guys is this: and I saw some troll here that was talking. I'm not gonna say your name or I'm not gonna say anything saying that David Benavidez doesn't support Mexican fighters. Believe me, David Benavidez, the Benavidez family support Mexican fighters. I've seen them at local shows. I've seen them, they support. So I'm not gonna waste my time. I do read the comments, guys, but I don't give it light to that. You know what I mean? We do have our famous troll Jaime Cosecho. Big shout out to Jaime. He did hit us with some of them. He hit us with some, but it's different when it's him. You know what I'm saying? But when you start talking about the guest and you start saying that the guest this, the guest that, without any factual information, man, I'm not gonna even acknowledge you. So what I'm saying, guys, is if you come in here and you start trolling, you're gonna get my attention because I'm gonna read them, but I'm not gonna share with anybody. I'm not even gonna, give you the time and day because I know how David Benavidez is. I know how his family are, the Benavidez. I know how everybody is. So they're a great family. In boxing, they do take care of Latino families. They do respect Mexican fighters, and they do pick Mexican fighters. I mean, like he says, he's worked with Zurdo. You know what I'm saying? There's no ill intentions with Canelo, guys. So I don't understand why this whole thing between this and that. You know what I mean? No, man. Stop that. Stop being a troll, man. Respect the fighters. They come out here and respect their families, man, because their families come in here too, man. I see you guys debating with the families and telling the families things, So please respect that. Once again, big shout outs to the Benavidez camp. Big shout outs to Jose Benavidez Sr., Jose Benavidez Jr., Rayo, Diego Pacheco, David Benavidez, Nancy for bringing them in here. And also, don't forget, guys, hit that shop. Go to get their merchandise at www.davidbenavidez.shop, guys. Make sure you guys go. Make sure you guys follow him at Instagram. Support him. Go to his Instagram, guys. His Instagram is David Benavidez 300, right? Or is it, what is it?
3,000.
3,000, right? It's at Benavidez 300. That's his Instagram, guys. Make sure you guys follow David Benavidez, man. This kid is going to be doing some serious reckoning at the 168. And like I said, the boxing road that's open, I know people that know Charlo. I told the people that know Charlo could come into the show and give his side of the story. Like I said, Fern made a question about what happened, the melee that happened in Dallas Stadium. I wanted to get David's opinion on it. And, like I said, if Charlo wants to come on the show and, give his side of the story, he can give his side of the story. And he could also tell us why he doesn't want to fight Charlo yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, bro. I give you guys an open door for everybody. But make sure you guys respect one another because that's one thing we got to do, guys. We only live once in this world, and let's respect each other.
That's right.
Closing statement, guys, from you guys?
Again, condolences again, man, to Alfonso Reese and to the people from Pacific Coast Boxing. Alfonso lost his son, Andy, 30 years old. He was a United States Marine, died in a motorcycle accident. So again, condolences to him and his family, to the guys from Pacific Coast Boxing. Our prayers are with you guys, man. Anything you guys need, Supreme Boxing, Fern is here. Ruckus is here. The Boxing Rundown's here for you guys. So if you guys need anything, man, our prayers are with you guys. Also, big shout out to Mike Styles and Tom Loeffler. They were able to get my guy Tito Mercado into the fight May 12th. That card is almost sold out. I took a look at the tickets today on the link. There's a link in one of my stories to the tickets. I think there's only about 45 or 46 tickets available left. So the show's almost sold out. That's going to be a hot show. Albano Cho is going to be on that show. Manny Pacquiao's son's going to be doing an amateur showcase there that night.
Also, their kid,
Colin Walsh. You got the Irish kid, Colin Walsh, on that card. So Montebello is going to be popping May 12th. So
make sure you guys go. Also, I want to give a shout out to Golden Boy, because whoever Golden Boy sends to watch the show, thank you, Golden Boy. I have given you Siniestra Estrada for the zone commentating, and I gave you Victor Morales to do commentating at the fantasy fights, man. So Golden Boy, throw us a check, take us, and we could do a show for you guys, Golden Boy. You just don't have to take our guests. You feel me? Would you guys go do commentating for Golden Boy?
Of course, man. Of course. So one last thing. Congratulations to our friend. He's a brother to me, man. I've known him for a very long time. Paul Banky, congratulations on getting inducted to the National Boxing Hall of Fame. He got inducted the day it was the 32nd anniversary to the day that he beat Daniel Zaragoza for that WBC title at the Forum. So congratulations, Paul Banky, man. We love you. You deserve it. You're a good guy, man. And congratulations on being inducted into the National Boxing Hall of Fame, Paul.
Now for that, I need Box Fam to take us to dinner for that announcement.
That's right, Box.
All right, guys.
Now, for me, my final last words, just obviously, Ruckus, Stacks, love y'all. Thank y'all. And everybody that tunes in on a weekly basis, if this was the first time you tune in, welcome. If you've been here for a long time following us, thank you. No matter what, as always, we appreciate you guys, because at the end of the day, you listen to our opinions, you take our stuff, you take our crap, we take yours. It doesn't matter. It's all love at the end of the day, and respect y'all.
One quick thing, man. The way we're family to you guys, some of you guys have been family to us, man. This past week, I'm not going to mention any names, but I had a fan reach out. Somebody that watches the show has reached out to me. We talked about my diabetes. We talked about life in general. I was really going through it. I was, I had posted something about losing my mom, not having my father, losing my wife, and somebody actually reached out to me, man. And it was special to know that there's people out there that you guys actually care, just like we care. We have fans that actually care. So thank you to that fan that reached out. I'm not going to say the name, because it was personal between us, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Guys, we love you guys. We love all the fans. We love all you guys, man. I know you guys are saying great show. Thank you guys very much. You know what I'm saying?
The Memorial Day episode.
Oh shit! Yeah. No,
so we bring your mom in as well for a fee.
Yeah, no, right now, dude. I'm about to put you on a restriction order. You know what I'm saying? All right. But no, with that said, man, I appreciate all you guys, all the fans, and everything you guys do for us. But damn, dude. Right now, guys, I'm making an announcement. It doesn't look like it's next week, but the following week we're gonna have Ines.
No. Do not announce anybody. Do not ever.
It's
do not.
Done. It's done.
No.
Pitbull,
Don't do this to me.
Pitbull will be here, guys. Not next week, but Pitbull will be here. We're working, we're negotiating, and Pitbull is saying he's here, and it's gonna be in this.
You act like you're gonna pay this guy.
Dude, no. I don't ever want you to do that to me again.
Because the reason why is because he's in Mexico, so we gotta look at the time differences, you know what I'm saying? And they gotta do everything. So we're talking right now to their people, but Pitbull wants to be here, guys. So we're gonna have a show with them. We're just finishing up the deal with them, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's up. But I have
cracking it open for Memorial Day, baby. Cracking it open for Memorial Day.
God. Good Lord, dude. Good Lord, guys. So yeah, make sure you guys come into the Memorial Day weekend. For that, we won't have a guest. We'll just do whatever we gotta do to get Fern.
My mom will be right? My mother will be the guest again.
There you go. Thank you guys very much. Have a great night. Enjoy your week, guys. Stay safe out there. All right. See y'all. Peace.
Adios.